All right. Well,
I just want to
it's
do the
all.
podcast. I just want to do the talk like this. Hello, ladies and gentlemen out there in the wonderful land of the internet, also known as Internet Land. Welcome back to another episode of the Tavern Talk, starring me, your raccoon girl, DJ, along with my dragon-esque friend here, Brandon.
What's up?
How are you today, bud?
I'm doing great. I've been having a blast this weekend.
A little bit of a You what?
I've been having a blast this
Oh,
weekend,
of course.
Bro. Yeah.
So have I, and the reason, and we're about to get to that reason here in a second. Just want to change the scenery. We are not at Fifth Street this time. We are at the Drunk Fox. This place was just a little bit more homely. Beer was absolutely cheaper here compared to, your top shelves that we were accustomed to. But, every now and again, we just like a Jack and Coke. So welcome to the Drunk Fox. We're happy to have you. All right, now, what's on the plate for today that we want to talk about? We're talking about the new Call of Duty. I know we just had a Tavern talk about COD a couple weeks ago, but you know what? The new COD 2022 MW2 is now here upon us. Boo-boo. And we want to talk about our thoughts and feelings about it thus far, because as of this recording, it's been out for 3 days. And for 3 days, Brandon and I have been losing our minds, especially this man. And then also they released the campaign a week early if you pre-ordered it, which you boys, we did. We played that shit, and we want to talk about our feelings on it. Spoiler alert in advance, we will be talking about parts of the story. If you really don't want to hear about it, you might want to skip ahead. Or say fuck it. Because God knows you probably played it differently than I did, because I am a bitch boy and I like to be quiet all the fucking time. So, again, spoiler warning, we will be talking about parts of the campaign. Now,
Yeah.
speaking of the campaign, well, actually, just speaking of like this, just the game in general, there was a lot of hype around this game because it was going to be an Infinity War game. It's going to be the first 2-year game. And honestly, I think this was going to be, if this game was a letdown, I was probably on the brink of hanging up. I don't want to say hanging up my controller. I would have still kept gaming, but I'm pretty sure I would have lost all faith in COD. Like, this was going to be its last ditch effort for me, because COD, not saying like COD is absolutely horrible, but the multiplayer experience for the past few CODs has not been great. 2019, just a lot of maps that were geared towards Sentinel.
Yeah, Sentinel. Yeah.
Yeah, Activision, how are you? Sentinel.
Funny. Yeah. Yeah, they make their own terms, right? Yeah. Fucking bastards.
Sentinel. Because we don't like to use the C word. Because we signed a contract. To not be mean. Activision. Damn it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so real
That
quick, I'm just gonna
bullshit.
address this before I get your 2 cents. Did you really think having us sign a terms and conditions was really going to stop people from being toxic? Within the first 2 hours of the game dropping, I was seeing posts on Reddit and on iFunny and any other sort of social media output where one guy outright goes, dude, COD's been out for 35 minutes, already got called the N-word. COD's back, baby!
Yeah. It's back.
Contract.
Toxicity
Anyway,
is back, baby.
So in the 3 days, that's a part of COD. I don't care what anybody says, dude. That's home for us. We survived the true MW2 back in 2009, and it's back here in 2022. Let's get it. Even though some people have very questionable gamer tags, you might want to look into that. We played with a known ruler of Germany at one point, and nobody said still here playing the game.
Oh, and a couple porn stars too.
But anyways, before I continue rambling, the game's been out for 3 days. That's fine. They can kick it.
Yeah.
But you've been playing the game. I've been playing the game a lot, but you've been playing the game significantly more than I have in the last 3 days. How have you been digging it and living it, my friend?
Okay. I got a couple things to say. I mean, First of all, I'm not. I mean, I have been having a lot of fun. I'll say this: I have been having fun, but I'm also going to be very. I will say a lot of negative stuff too. First of all, that contract thing, it was so funny. I found that contract thing hilarious because everyone's not gonna follow that. I got called the N-word many times. I got called so many homophobic slurs. It's not even funny. But it's whatever. I love it. It's COD, baby. I love the toxicity. It brings me back. But I think people are even more toxic because of that thing. People are just doing it just to do it. But as it stands right now,
because it was a meme to like, I have to sign this contract saying I'm not going to bully people.
Oh yeah. But as it stands right now, the game, I feel, is better than MW 2019. It's better than Vanguard. Comes to Cold War, I'm kind of tired with that one because Cold War, it felt like a Call of Duty. It felt like a good old Treyarch Call of Duty, but it felt like it. But it was not fun like an old Call of Duty. It was not. It was boring. Is what I'll say. It was boring. I didn't play it. I played it for like maybe a month, and then I just stopped playing it altogether. Didn't touch Vanguard, and this game, it did have a lot of hype around it. It did, but also did have a lot of animosity and negativity going around, and I can see why. Because the last 3 Call of Duties have not been the best. And this one, as much as it's fun, and I'm having a great time, it's also has its fair share of issues. One being is that there's a lot of missing content that they said was going to be there at launch. It's not. And a lot of bugs. It's so buggy. There's a lot of bugs with this game. A lot of little glitches, and the Activision, I know you're so happy about your little RicoChat anti-cheat, but it's banning people that don't deserve to be banned. There's so many cases of people being banned wrongfully, and they can't do anything about it. They spent all that money, and they can't even play the game anymore, especially because of that new phone bullshit that they did of the Activision or Battle.net accounts. So they can't even play the game anymore unless they have to buy the game again and set up a new account and a new phone number just to play Call of Duty. And so if they're not unbanned, what's up?
Oh, you're talking about Ricochet, the anti-cheat that they implemented in Warzone that they had already found a workaround to continue cheating day one that it came out. You're talking about that useless thing. Yeah,
that
useless.
Dumb,
still doesn't work. Yeah,
that dumb piece of shit. That is like probably the worst anti-cheat I've fucking seen so far, dude. It doesn't work. Sure, it might be banning people that are cheating. It might be, but it's also banning a lot of people that are not cheating. And I feel so bad for it, especially on PC. I don't know what it's like for console players. I haven't been banned. Nobody in our group has been banned. We're all on Xbox playing this. And I'm glad I'm not playing on PC right now because there could have been a chance that one of us could get banned all because of a crash. Apparently, when the game crashes, that gives it a chance for you to get banned, and that is some bullshit. But
we also have to remember it doesn't help the fact that a lot of these. Oh yeah, it also doesn't help the fact that a lot of these guys that get banned or like flag banned from mass false reports stem from, you know what, I could easily, just because I hate the fact that you did better than me, now I want to report you for cheating. And if enough people do that, that's what's going to make Activision, or at least Ricochet, go looking into your account, because they're going to be like, hey, there's some reason as to why you're getting a lot of mass reports. But instead of sending in a human to actually review your account, they send a bot that goes, that's a big number of people that reported you. We're just going to ban you just to be safe. And that's what I hated, especially with some of these content creators and like Warzone players. They would constantly report people.
The whole Warzone and content creator bullshit, I get it. And there is a lot of cheaters in Warzone. There's a lot of cheaters in Call of Duty in general, or just in gaming nowadays, everywhere. But The fact that someone is doing better than you, and I've already been called a cheater, by the way, like by like one or two people, it doesn't mean that they're cheating. I'm not cheating. A lot of these people that are getting banned are not cheating. They just happen to be better than you, or they just killed you in a way that you didn't like, so you bitch. And I remember back when people would be max prestige and they'll nuke the fuck out of you, but you didn't call them a cheater back then. You added that some bitch and be like, hey, be my friend, let's play some games together. Nowadays, if you do better than someone, you're automatically named a cheater. It doesn't matter who you are. And now,
preface this in advance, y'all. He's the
what's up?
I was about to say, I'm probably not gonna get a word in edgewise this. I'm probably not gonna get a word in edgewise this Tavern talk, y'all, because he's the committed COD player. I just pick up gun and shoot. So you're gonna hear a lot of him venting about what's actually wrong with the game. Then I'm just gonna bitch about, I got executed that one time and I didn't like it.
I mean, I'm just going to point out the flaws that have been everyone's talking about nowadays. If anything, I haven't experienced most of what people are complaining about yet, so I have really no experience on a lot of these bugs and issues, and I haven't been banned, so I have no actual room or experience to talk about this, but I have been seeing a lot of posts and been seeing a lot of videos, people talking about these problems. Go ahead.
Because you're yelling from experience. I was just like, if we could just double back and keep it to just the actual gameplay comp. We don't need to talk about Ricochet. That's already a can of worms in its own right. But I want to say, for me, the most confusing thing that I've had to face, which I know you've explained to me, but I'm also dumber than shit. That whole unlocking weapons system is still kind of foggy and hectic to me, because when I play COD, I picture like I unlock gun at level and then I get gun. And then with other CODs, it was, okay, you want to unlock more snipers, you have to use the snipers. And so now I'm using sniper rifles to unlock this one sniper all the way over here. And then Brandon here breaks it down that, no, you want to unlock this gun, you have to use this Charlotte's Web of guns that might or might not have anything to do with insert gun that you're trying to go for.
I will say, yeah, the UI,
and I'm like,
the UI is confusing, and I kind of chalk it up to the people that made the UI, which were apparently ex-Hulu UI developers. So, Activision Infinity Ward didn't even make the UI. It's some previously Hulu employees that did it. So that chalks up why it's so confusing.
Granted, Hulu, you are great because I can watch Chainsaw Man there.
Control for me, but other than the UI, I do like the weapon system, like the attachment unlocks and how you unlock different platforms with different receivers and guns and all that. I enjoy it. It gives the game variety. It forces players to step out of comfort zones to be able to get the attachments they want, get the guns they want, and especially when it comes to camos. Oh, the camo system's amazing. I just wish the camo menu wasn't so freaking long and just so full and colluded, because, God, they could have made that so much simpler, but no, they just put all the camos in like a straight bar, and you had to just scroll all the way down to whatever camo you want to put on the gun. Because when you unlock a camo, you unlock it for all guns. That's cool. I like that. Other than, of course, the gold mastery camos and all that stuff. But the fact that I can put Blue Tiger on whatever gun because I unlocked it on, say, the AK, and just put it on like a sniper or whatever because I got it on the AK, and that's cool. I like that. I just wish that Tiger camos weren't like a mile down the screen. This is so long. The list is so long. It definitely could have made it more simple. Like a tab menu. You just click on one and it opens like a folder of all the camos of whatever you want. I don't know.
That's what Black Ops 2 did. And that's how I got when I finally got the God of War for the DSR 50. Yeah, I was that guy. Say something to me. As soon as you clicked what camo you want, it was just, okay, here's the tab that has all the camos. And then there was a separate tab for DLC camos that you bought. And I grinded and grinded and grinded to get that not God of War, that's copyright. Art of War camo, the one that was just like blood red with the random symbol, like kanji on it. And I busted my ass to get that one because I thought it was just so cool looking. Just for me to turn around 2 minutes later to buy the comic book camo set and never touch Art of War again. Because it was in its own separate tab. It was easily accessible. I understand what you're talking about with the whole scrolling thing. 2019 was the exact same way, but there weren't that many camos.
Oh, this
because
is like
they separated them into categories,
like 5 times
which
more
was great.
Camos.
But oh yeah, but it was just kind of annoying to me when, like, I don't care for camo challenges. I really couldn't be bothered to give a shit. I'm gonna wait till the store opens up and they have a cool little pink little looking camo, and I'm gonna buy the shit out of it. But in 2019, you had all those different categories of camos, from like your skull camos to the actual topographical camos to digital camos, and they all had their own camo challenges that you had to do to unlock them, and you had to do them when you were going for Damascus, which, you know what, cool, that's fine, whatever. But then my big thing was, where the fuck did this obsidian thing come from? Everybody busted their ass for Damascus, now you're making them go for obsidian, and I think they're doing the same thing with this one.
No.
So it's like, why have people do all those camo challenges just to put on more challenges?
So here's the thing. It's not like 2019 at all. The camo challenges are a lot more streamlined than 2019 or previous CODs in general. I feel that this camo grind is a lot more fun, a lot more simple, and actually gives you incentive to want to use these mastery camos. Because previously, if you unlocked gold, that's it. You just unlock gold, you go to the next gun. But in this game, if you unlock gold and use it, you can actually unlock emblems and calling cards for gold mastery of whatever gun. Say like the M4, you can unlock gold calling card masteries for like the M4, and then platinum and all that and so forth. So you actually, if you want those calling cards and emblems, you actually have to use the camos. Not to mention, each gun, just to get gold, is like 4 camo challenges, and they're all pretty simple. Like, get 50 kills is the first one for the M4, then like get 20 kills with ADS or something like that. They're not difficult, they're not long, they're not tedious, and I like that. It makes it a lot more simple. Plus, just a challenge just for the gold itself. Like, say, for gold for the M4 is just get 3 kills in one life like 15 times. Then you get gold. That's it.
Hi there, DJ here. I apologize for the interruption, but I really do hope you are enjoying the content. I just wanted to take a few moments to bring awareness to you, our audience, and our community about Diamond Blackfan Anemia, a blood disorder that is slowly on the rise, and we want to do our part to put a stop to it in its tracks. So if you can, it'd be greatly appreciated if you can visit the website in the link in the description down below. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you for the support. Now back to the video.
Oh.
But I did appreciate they did the same thing with operators. Like, you could actually unlock operators by doing certain challenges. As soon as I found one that looked like, I found an operator named Connor who looked like Sheamus from the WWE, and it was like, okay, so to unlock this strapping young lad, you just have to get 5 hip-fire kills in one multiplayer match. We're about to go do a game of Hardpoint. That's a pretty long-ended game, and I'm pretty horrible at hipfire because I choose to ADS everything. I'm walking up to people just holding down the right trigger, and I'm like, this feels so weird. I need to see from here, but I have to shoot from here because I want the beautiful Irishman. Damn it.
At that point,
I got the 5 kills, the 5th kill as the match ended.
Oh yeah.
I don't care for shotguns unless I pick them up off the ground. Like, I'm a weird individual when it comes to playing COD. I refuse to have a loadout that has a shotgun on it. I refuse to actually use a shotgun in my loadout. But if you drop a shotgun and I have a pistol secondary, I'm just saying that shotgun probably does more damage than my little pizzy. Granted, the pistol's actually kind of nice. I wish it fired a little bit faster, but it's nice. Good on you.
It is a nice pistol.
But
I think I
picked up one guy's shotgun in our very first match, and I laid...
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I picked up some dude's shotgun in one game, and I laid down 5 bodies before somebody got me, and I'm like, okay, there's something to these shotguns. Still not going to make a shotgun class, though. I have 3 classes, and one of which I don't use. An M4 class, a sniper class, and an SMG class, and that's the one that I don't use. Because the Vel, you're something. Anyway.
What do you mean you're something? It's a great gun.
Nightmares.
I love it. But
I can't use it for shit. Granted, I use the M4 because I'm a basic bitch.
Dude, I love the Vel. I was smacking people across the map with that thing. It has like no recoil. But I was gonna say, I think I'm like you in the sense of, it's not that I don't like shotguns. I don't care for the battle rifle section. I refuse to use battle rifles, but I'm gonna have to use them if I want to get like polyatomic and the new animated camo, because as much as I have a trigger finger, I suck when it comes to keeping that trigger finger and also an accuracy. And plus, I just don't care for semi-auto snipers or rifles. Sorry, not snipers. Rifles in general. They've never been my favorite gun to use in like anything. But yet, I see people smacking around with it.
Either. Like I can use, because you can switch the M4 into semi-auto, and I'll do that because it's not subconscious. It's like my brain, my COD autopilot brain of like, I see somebody down long, I have it set to full auto mode without missing a beat. Just flick over on the left D-pad, and then I can start actually popping. Because I at my old ass age, I still have a pretty gnarly trigger finger, and I'm very proud of it. So I can flip flop between both. When you were talking about the marksman rifles, though, I haven't really gotten a chance to use them outside of when Mikey died. I picked up his Lockwood, and I was ass with that. But then I also picked up Mando's EBR-14, and I put down, like, I want to say 3 people, and I got the sticker for killing somebody with their own weapon.
And for anyone who hasn't played the game or don't know the difference, cool, so. Marksman rifle is like your basic, basically sniper rifles, but not really. More like hunting rifle is. Like, we're talking about the MK carbine and maybe the SPR and all that stuff. Very lightweight snipers, basically. And the battle rifles are your semi-auto stuff. Snipers
that won't have nearly as much damage.
Yeah. And battle rifles is the section that I don't care for, but they're good. They are good, but they're like semi-auto rifles, like the MK14 and EBR and stuff like that.
I am so sorry about that, audience. I didn't mean to cough into your fucking ear. Please accept my apology.
No, trust me.
Now, I need to break this down. Eventually. When I say I am a basic bitch.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, when I say I am a basic bitch, I mean, I stick with the M4 because it was the first one that I unlocked. It was the first one that was unlocked. And then also, yes, I bought the Vault Edition, so it came with all the attachments. I also don't know how to build gun. I just have gun, and then I use gun. I said this in the last Tavern talk. I don't build the gun to where I'm better with it. I just get better with whatever the fuck I have on it. So the most that I did is I put on a sight, a barrel, and a stock. That is it. I have not put anything else on it. And anybody that knows that you bought the Vault Edition, you have every single attachment for that damn thing unlocked. And I know there's guides and everything on how to build it properly to where it's, a laser down range and with little to no damage fall off and no recoil, both horizontal or vertical. I just don't care. I'm lazy. And then my sniper class is the first sniper they give you, that MCP 300, the thing that's a semi-auto looking Barrett.
Yeah, bolt action
Barrett. I love you, bitch. That is my favorite sniper. It is my favorite so far because I thought I was going to be ass with it, and I am. But for some reason, in one of our matches, I put down like 16 people, which my PR in a single game of TDM with nothing but a sniper, I think I've capped that. I'm not the greatest COD player. I suck. My reaction time is horrible, and I play on a monitor that has like a 0.35 reaction time. But my PR for using a sniper is like 20 kills in a game of TDM. And in this game, I dropped 16. And this is why, the stock gun, there's no attachments on it. And I still put down 16 people. I was very proud of myself, and it got me so hyped to where I'm like, I think I might actually have to kit this bad boy out. I think I might have to. This thing is gnarly. And then I know Brandon's been going ape shit with his personal favorite rifle. Tell the folks about it, because that's your shit.
I've been loving the MSR. Or, I don't know what it's called. I remember what it's called in the game. It looks like an MSR. I'm going to call it an MSR. But I've been loving it. It basically has the damage of a sniper rifle, but it feels more like a marksman rifle to me, and I love it. I've been dropping like 30 plus a game with it on at least good games. My SBMM is fucked. I swear. But yeah, I've been having fun.
And then the one that I've also been seeing people use a lot, because I find it on dead bodies a lot, is it's an iron sight SPR, all because the ADS is crazy and it doesn't really change anything on your screen. You just point the gun forward. I've been long scoped with that, and I've been barrel stuffed with that. I've been quick scope with that. I think it is fucking dangerous at a distance. We were playing yesterday, and this one dude, we were going kill for kill. Me with my Barrett and big ass scope on it. Him with this SPR, and he had the high ground. I was Anakin, but in this case, Anakin managed to get some fucking nicks off of him. So I think I'm happy that the sniper gunplay in this game is actually pretty decent. The fact that in the first couple days, especially with somebody as lacking as me, I've managed to actually get a couple of good feeds in. I'm like, cool. This could be a passion project for me. Not like, gonna get quads and roll the feeds and 6 on screens, but good solid triple, couple of quads where it's just my name. Get a little bit of feel good. Why not?
Yeah.
I'm having fun with it so far. I think the game is great. I just hope that when people start unlocking guns more, I don't want this to turn into another 2019 or same thing with Warzone, where it's just, okay, what's the meta? What's the one gun that everybody's going to use? Because I've seen a mixture of guns thus far, from the Lockwood to a couple of LMGs, the M4, a couple of SMGs, especially that Lockmin, I believe it's called, the MP5.
Yeah, the Lockman platform. That I will say that getting that MP5 was a pain. I hate the battle rifle variant. That thing, but whatever. That's just me.
But I am happy that I've been seeing an abundance of different types of weapons being used. And I don't know if it's maybe because the game is still very early on in its lifetime, but I just don't want this to turn into, all right, everybody's going to use the exact same shit, because that's when it gets boring.
I know when I'm with you, I see a lot more variety, and especially when we're playing with Mikey, we have a lot of variety. We're having fun, either stomping lobbies or getting stomped on. It's kind of back and forth. But when I'm by myself and I'm playing games, just me, I have been seeing a lot of the same guns. But this might be just because my SBMM is pretty high, and not that I'm bragging. I honestly kind of hate it, because this matchmaking is pretty. It punishes you quite hard if you're doing pretty good, and since I'm with these guys all the time,
this man's first game on with me, he dropped 56 bodies.
That's with you. Again, now I'm gonna preface this again. When I'm with my friends, the lobbies are a little more evened out with like bad and good players. But when it's just me, I swear. I played a game of Hardpoint just today alone. Just one game of Hardpoint, and time ran out. Everybody in the lobby had 30 plus kills. We didn't go to score at 250. Nobody even got to 200 points. It was just slaughter after slaughter. God, I feel like I'm playing a World Series in some games, dude. And
at least with that shit, I'm just gonna interject right here real quick.
Yeah.
At least with that shit, when it comes to, and this is the one hard part when it comes to COD, is like, you'll have those players more so than none in higher SBMM lobbies, where if you're playing an OBJ game, you're not an OBJ player, you're a Slayer. I'm an OBJ player. So when you have an entire lobby of Slayers, playing an OBJ game, of course, nothing's gonna get done. Everybody's here trying to slay, and that's fine. It's understandable. I would expect that in a lobby of your SBMM, because now you have an entire lobby of slayers whom don't cap for cap the objective.
But that's
Capture,
the thing.
not cap like their line.
That's the thing. Everyone was trying to play OBJ. I was trying to play. I put down the sniper and pulled out an AK because I see what kind of lobby I'm in, and I'm like, damn, I need to pull something out that's a little more effective, because these guys are jumping, bunny hopping, drop shotting, dolphin dive around court, all kinds of crap. They're putting the movement system at its fullest. And I'm over here like, okay, I need to step it up a notch because this game is intense. And everyone dropped 30 plus. There was not one person below 30. And at least everybody had like 20 plus deaths or something. And defends on the objective were like crazy. There was so many defends on everyone's end. And my lobby is at least consists of people that have been playing this game quite a few for a while, since it basically launched. We're talking people 40 plus already. Just today I've reached 50. And that's basically the average player level that I'm running into now. There's people that have been playing since it came out. And back to the topic of weapons, I've been seeing a lot of the same guns. We're talking, if it's an AR, it's the Scar or the AK. But if it's a SMG, it's a 74U, hands down. Everyone that's running SMG at that level is running the 74U. That thing is insane. And you're more likely gonna run into like secondary shotguns or something. Most of the time, they're not gonna use it, but whatever. It gets pretty less filled.
That is the one thing I will say I've seen a lot.
It gets less variety filled once you get higher in SBMM. And sure, I'm still having fun, but I'm not a competitive player. I play just to play and go for clips or something, just for fun. I like sniping. That's what I do pretty much every game. And being with my friends, it's fun. I love it. I love playing with them. But because I'm with my friends, we tend to get lower skilled players mixed in with really good players, because there'll probably be like one or two really good players on the enemy team, and others people are just average. Then
frag.
But because say I would do so well in those lobbies with my friends, but when I go play by myself, my SBMM or my elo gets bumped up a lot, so I get put into players that the game is expecting me to be in. When in reality, sure, I can hang with those players, I just don't want to. I don't want to feel like I'm playing ranked at the highest level because of my elo. I just like having fun and chilling.
Which we're going to continue with COD, but that same logic, that same logic always gets applied to games like Siege and Apex, where for some reason in the casual lobby you will find every single sweat lord like perspirating out of their fingertips onto their controller and getting gamer gunk everywhere. But then playing ranked is where you find the casual players that just don't give a shit. It's like, and I have a couple of buddies ranging from COD players to Siege players, and one of my friends, he's an IRL friend, he's a great guy, kind of. He's admitted to me that he has on Rainbow Six Siege 4 Smurf accounts because he got to such a high point he didn't want to lose that rank in Siege, so he would create a Smurf account for two reasons: A, to preserve that one for some reason, maybe it'll be valuable in 20 years, probably not, but also he didn't want to face people of his skill level. He glorified in wanting to match up with shitlords. That tends to happen. There's nothing we can really do about it. Sorry. Now back to COD. I've sensed the same thing, the same pattern when it comes to COD of like, even like where the sweaters are supposed to be, they'll stay in casual, and that's where some of that toxicity comes in of your inner gamer ego kicks in because you either A, won and slid out, or B, you got shitted on. Because I executed one guy in a game twice. I know executions are really hard to do, but I also find them really fun because they happen so rarely. And in this one match of TDM, I managed to execute one guy twice. 2 nubs. And when he finally killed me in revenge, he bagged my body, bro. Like, he was spamming that B button. He was teabagging the shit out of me. Call me Earl Grey.
Oh yeah, I've had quite a few people
But
shoot
again,
my
I
body.
don't really care. Like, I don't really care. It's the COD community. Like, I hate to say it because it's a bad thing, but it's something that over the years we've just kind of adapted to when it comes to the COD community. The COD community is always going to be toxic.
Yeah.
Okay? We call it like we see it. The COD community is always going to be toxic. But that's, I don't want to say that that's what makes the game great or that like that's a part of its charm, but I guess I could just say, you know, it's a part of the COD and gaming culture. I still remember watching some of those old ass LAN videos where like you had to have the two teams like face to face, like the distance that Brandon and I are right now, and they would be fucking screaming at each other. Like all of a sudden Scump stands up, and as soon as he gets a kill on somebody, he's just like, "You're nothing. I'm the fucking king." Keeps playing.
Yeah.
It's a part of the culture. It's always going to be a part of the culture. By the way, Scump, you said this is your last year. We're going to miss you, buddy. We're absolutely going to miss you on that fucking stage.
Legend.
Yeah, so, but toxicity in COD has always been a part of the culture. A lot of pro players, a lot of noobs, a lot of COD players in general. I think it was that instant gratification of when you get called something, whether it be like a bad name or like the classics of, "Oh, I'm doing your mom, I'm your son, my dad's Bill Gates, I'm gonna get you banned." It was almost like a backhanded compliment in a way because you were kicking so much ass. They felt the need to threaten you.
Yep.
Or say something mean to you. Remember the old good Xbox 360 days where you would actually get a DM from somebody and they're just like, "Fuck you, I'm reporting you because my father's Bill Gates and he's gonna have you banned tomorrow." It was almost a compliment. Like,
it was always the best when they did a voice message. That was when it was the best.
It was always some high-pitched 9-year-old that's just like, "I'm doing your mother. I'm your dad. I'm your dad." You sure about that?
To think that nowadays, those same kids, if they're even still playing COD, are now like in high school or some shit. That drives me. Oh my god.
Some of them might even be full-grown adults.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes. Some of them might be full-grown adults with careers. They're gonna look back on some of their gameplay and be like, "Oh my god,
I was a little shit.
I did that shit." God damn. And now in today's Call of Duty, we have to sign a contract that says we won't do it.
Yeah, that doesn't stop people. Sorry to say, really nicely. Yeah. That's holding up very nicely. I love it.
Granted, the meme value behind it was so fucking great because I when they made you sign the contract for the beta, just the beta, the game's not even out yet. They made you sign the contract for the beta as well, and then as soon as the beta ends, all the videos come out, and I'm watching, like Scotty's, Moose Knuckles, Marksman's, Wildcats, and they're all memeing the contract for like the first 10 minutes of the video because it was so fucking funny. "We need you to press A on this little box right here that says you won't say mean things to people."
Yeah.
This is COD, baby. We talk shit. Sorry, I just had to get that one out there because I thought it was fucking hilarious. The contract was just so funny. But now we're gonna switch gears a little bit. We're gonna talk about some of the map designs because some of these maps are meant for, hard rushers like Brandon and I, who love to constantly hold forward on the left stick and go. Some of these maps are designed for camper sentinel gameplay, where you can just kind of pick a spot and chill. Like Brandon and I, we played a game yesterday where the entire team were Sentinels.
Yeah.
They all had snipers with shotgun secondaries, and then their loadouts consisted of claymores and proxy mines, and they were just sealing off entry points and holding every single window. Sentinel.
Sentinel.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
Sentinel. I'm going to start hating that word soon. Sentinel.
Yeah.
Sentinel gameplay. But no, some of the map designs I think are actually really intriguing. Some of them I think are absolute dog shit, and I don't know why they exist. But I guess they would have their perks depending on the game mode.
Real quick, I also want to say, do you remember, like, I think it was last night, it was me, you, and Mikey, and we ran into a team that the entire team was doing nothing but trying to camp with deployable shields, bouncing betties, and claymores.
Oh, yeah.
The entire team. I think it was on the Emissary. It was like the office building map. Oh my god, that was awful. I never used so many. I never made or used so many drill charges in one game. My god.
This man was making the threat. Like, all of a sudden, he's just like, I'm starting to get some Sentinel vibes. And then Shades of Courage, the Cowardly Dog. That's it. I'm getting me mallet. Brandon's just like, that's it. I'm getting the drill charges.
Yep. And they worked.
And you would just
we won, bitches.
Line up of Brandon getting grenade kills.
We won, bitches.
We won by like 3 points.
Fuck those.
It was a game of hard point. We won by 3 points, 250 to 247. That's what we were playing against. But again, that's what I'm appreciating about this COD thus far. Is it's a casual. For me, it's always going to be a casual game, but then it also leaves room for the ability of like, okay, these guys are playing this play style. I play this different play style, but now I have the ability to adjust on the fly and do something about your play style. Sentinels, I'm looking at you. Drill charges. Once I unlock them, you guys are fucked, but I'm still sticking with frags and flashbangs because, again, I am a basic bitch and I don't know how anything works.
Yeah.
And again, we managed to, like, Mikey, you guys know Mikey B. Zapper. He's having fun in the game. We managed to convince Mando, the guy that we talk about all the fucking time on the channel. He's downloaded the game, and even he was having a good time. And he hates COD. He hates Call of Duty. And so even he's been having a good time. So I'm like, you know what? The boys are having a good time. That means I'm having a good time. Other moments where it gets a little hard to keep the smile on when you get your ass kicked game after game after game. Yeah, but we still went for like 6 hours just playing. And the only reason why I got off at that point was I wasn't bummed out. I was tired. It was 3 a.m. for me. And I'm like, I gotta get to sleep.
Yeah, we've been staying up late, man. But I would say on map design,
especially me, I live furthest away.
Map design though, I've been loving the map design. There are a couple of things about each map that I don't like a couple of things here and there, but they're like very minor things that don't really change my opinion on them all too much, except for that highway border map. I would rather have Piccadilly than that map. Any mode that I play on it, I've tried multiple modes: TDM, Dom, Hardpoint, Casey, even Knockout. I don't like it. I don't. I think it is so much crap.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that map just because, again, this might be a ratty thing. I'll grab my sniper or my M4 and then I'll just hold that hallway sight line, like follow it halfway up and then just point downrange and then I'll stay there. Like I live there now. And this is where everybody in the comment section goes, so you hate Sentinels, but you're a Sentinel. On that map, yes, because there's nowhere else for you to go. And I don't want to keep on rerouting through these cars because it gets annoying. That fact that I go past this Escalade and then somebody runs past that Escalade, it gets me.
So many.
So on that map, yes, I will Sentinel. And then if one grenade is thrown, you're gonna hear explosions for the next 10 minutes because they all don't explode at once. They explode one at a time.
It's ridiculous, man.
See, I think my favorite map so far is honestly Embassy or Emissary, the one where we were facing the Sentinels. Because I love the fact that they managed to put in many different types of playable game modes in there, i.e., or styles of gameplay. So if you're a Sentinel, you can play that map. There's spots for you to hang out at. If you're a rusher, there are buildings with quick corners, and if you're a sniper, there's long sight lines and medium sight lines if you're quick enough to the trigger with fast enough ADS.
Hell, even for
all the different ways to play that game.
Even for rushers, there's even easier ways to access those so-called sentinel spots, so you can handle the people that are being sentinels. Fucking crazy.
But I think my most hated map is that fucking big sand pit map where all the buildings are destroyed.
Really?
I forgot. I don't know the name of it.
I don't remember the name of it either, but really, that one. All right. I'm kind of hit or miss with that one.
I think
depends
it's
on
too
the
needlessly
mode.
big, but too much. I think it's just too needlessly big with too much empty space that's not being utilized. Like, I'll be running and then there's just nothing but a sand pit, which now is a death zone for me if I run across and there's a dude holding that sight line. There's like, you have all this excess space, and a lot of it you could put another building here. You can put objective here. Put a fucking car here. I just felt like the design of the map was very underutilized as a map as a whole, not for like gameplay wise. I
can definitely see what you're talking about. And there are parts of the map where I'm like, that doesn't even need to be there. No one ever goes over there. The only time anyone's ever over there is when there's maybe an objective close by. But that most of the map is very not used, and it could definitely be cut down a little bit. But I'd say for me, it's kind of 50-50 for me. I don't like it on TDM. I think it's just very camp heavy when it's TDM, and I'm a rusher, so running out in the middle of the open just gets me killed all the time. But when it comes to games like Hardpoint, I'm okay with it. I like it on Hardpoint. It provides close quarter and long range fights for Hardpoint, so I'm okay with that. I haven't tried it on Dom. I don't think I have on Dom. It's okay on Dom. I'd say that on Dom, it's really easy to get spawn trapped if you're not the better team. So it kind of depends on what type of team you're on for Dom, because sometimes you might be the guy that's doing good, but your team is not doing so well, so you're going to get spawn trapped.
And again, like, I'm not saying the map is horrible for gameplay, because we were still having a good time on it. My only critique for it is I just felt like all that excess space wasn't utilized enough, or you have this worthless piece of whatever in this spot that doesn't need to be here. I think the design of the map itself was a little lackluster. Still fun to play on, but I think that the overall design of it was like less desired, if you will. I can't find the actual phrase, but less to be desired. And other than that, I felt like all the maps were actually pretty fun to hang out on and play on, especially that one raceway map where you can actually hear race cars. Something as simple, a little detail as that, where you can hear the race cars zooming in the background.
I was going to point out that map, because that's honestly my favorite map of the game so far. I love that map. It works for all the modes that I played it on. I don't know, it's a good mix. It's a classic case of a 3-lane map, and it works really well. And it has a lot of flank opportunities too, so it's like you can play rush or whatever, and you know what I'm gonna say. But it's amazing. I like that map a lot. But I will say though that there is a map that is supposed to be in the game, but it's not. It's like the museum map that they have showcased it, and of course it's in the game files, but they don't have it in the map pool yet. Apparently there's like something wrong with it. I don't know, or maybe they're just holding it out until season 1, like, because the honey badger gun is supposed to be in the game, but that's not in the game. So maybe they're just waiting for season 1. I kind of wish it was in the game. I love the honey badger.
Maybe season 1. Yeah, so ultimately, and I look forward to see what other maps they do incorporate into the game. Real quick touch up on Warzone 2. I think I might download Warzone again just to play Warzone 2, just to get a feel for it, just to see if this is going to be something remotely entertaining for me to play as a whole. But I am not putting too many eggs in that basket. I know the likes of like Courage and Tim and Dr. Disrespect and Cloaksy, they're all like looking forward to it, especially when they're not playing Overwatch 2. Not taking any shots at Overwatch 2 yet, but judging from how much these content creators, these well-known content creators are hyping it up, it's like, I'm not saying I'm gonna go into it with high expectations. I'm gonna go into it preparing to be disappointed. Like, I think it's gonna be Warzone 1, but with a different skin.
I mean, again, that's what I'm gonna chuck it up to, and not that I don't mind Warzone. Battle Royales, I've never been my per se cup of tea. I'm more of a multiplayer guy, though I did enjoy Warzone 1 before Caldera and
Verdansk,
but I'm just gonna say this. Of course, they're hyping it up. I mean, that's what the majority of their careers are nowadays, is Warzone. And so, yeah, of course they're gonna hype that up. I mean, shit, they're not even... Tim is not even playing fucking multiplayer. He refuses to.
And I love the fact that he exclaimed that he's not gonna stream him playing multiplayer, and I believe I have a reason for it that I won't disclose, because I don't want to make it sound like I'm, making allegations of ill will towards him. But I have a solid hypothesis as to why that is. So, pushing past that. Okay, so a Warzone, I'm gonna try it. You're probably gonna try it, and then we're probably gonna uninstall it afterwards because it's still gonna suck. But that's why I felt bad for a lot of these some of these content creators that their career came from Warzone, because like when Warzone got to that terrible state of cheaters everywhere, Caldera was just a busted fucking map, and it's like, okay, well, I kind of can't play anything else. I'm contracted to play this fucking game, and I don't want to. I know at one point Cloaksy was fucking suffering. He did not want to play Warzone, but he's like, this is what gets people to watch my channel. I have to play it.
Yeah.
I never want us to be stuck in that grind of we have to.
Never. I've always said that this channel is a variety channel, and we're going to upload and play what the hell we want, because I really don't want us to be known or to be stuck on a game because that's what gets us views. That's not what this is about. Mm-hmm. We're here to have fun, people.
No. Yeah. And we appreciate every single one of you that want to take the time and watch the video, whether the video only gets 10 views or gets, as we've been getting it as of recently, for some reason, a couple hundred, like 100 views, or on some of our shorts, 1,000 views. We appreciate you just taking the time to sit down and watch it anyway. So thank you. You guys are awesome. You mean a lot to us. We got to come up with a nickname for them. I was going to say no skillers, but that's so basic and generic. But pushing past that, now, since we've been here for about 45 minutes, I want to talk about the campaign just a little bit.
Oh, that was good.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
All right. This is your warning now. We're about to talk about the campaign. Spoiler alert warning. Okay, all right. just had to really stress that because I don't want to get that one guy in the comment section of they didn't even like give me a warning that they were gonna spoil it because I haven't played it yet. Warning is now, Sonny Jim. So I loved what Infinity Ward did with the whole if you pre-order the game, you can play the campaign a week early because they knew everybody's immediate go-to for streaming content creation is going to be multiplayer. Nobody's going to give a fuck about the campaign. Unless you're a campaign player like me, which, like Brandon and I discussed this on the other Tavern talk about COD. He goes straight to multiplayer. I go straight to campaign. The only game where I did not go straight to campaign was when they paired Modern Warfare Remastered with Infinite Warfare, which we won't talk about. Brandon actually got online before me because I had just gone off of work. I get into a party with him, and all I hear is, DJ, you son of a bitch, get in here. It's beautiful. And I'm like, oh shit, we gotta go. We're partying right now. Let's rock. Other than that, I always play the campaign first. So I thought this is actually a good idea. Release the campaign. Release the campaign a week early. They could have honestly gotten away with 3 days, but a week, that's fine too. So that way everybody can focus on multiplayer. So I played the shit out of that campaign. I actually thought the campaign was really, really good. It gave vibes of Infinity Ward, but they changed it up a bit. Like everybody knows, there's always going to be that all gillied up sniper mission where it's,
Yep.
Take the shot, let him pass. Choice is yours. Generic Captain Price interaction. No, it was different. I love the fact that they were incorporating the whole, okay, you're going to take out parties of people and you have to be tactical about it because if they discover a dead body, your ass is fucked. Captain Price wasn't doing the whole, all right, you're going to take out this guy, I'm going to take out this guy. No, he went, hey, here's a compound of 30 people. You're going to do everything. The most I'm going to tell you is, yeah, that's a good shot, or no.
2.5 notches.
Don't be stupid. And they incorporated for bullet drop. The thing I hated, because I never wanted Call of Duty to do that, but it was still well done. He told you what you need to do instead of figuring it out on your own. Because I'm stupid.
Oh, yeah.
But, so I thought that was actually really well done. Granted, afterwards, when you tactically kill everybody like I did, and I actually did, I took the time to actually tactically kill everybody to where I got the achievement of no alert was sounded. But then we had to go investigate the buildings themselves because you're trying to find these bombs. Yeah. The enemies inside the buildings are blatantly alerted. Like, I thought I didn't alert anybody. How do these guys know that I'm fucking here?
Yeah.
Why are they stacked up on the door? Why's he got a backpack?
And why did Price give me the go to commit a war crime? We straight up gassed them if you threw a tear gas into a vent. Like, what the fuck? You giving me the go for war crime?
I'm not going to say I'm a perfectionist. And I'm not going to say I'm a perfectionist, but I'm definitely one of those types of gamers when it comes to stealth games or at least stealth missions. I will redo a mission just to see if something different happens. Like, just to see if something different happens. Because I didn't know my first run through that you could just throw gas inside the AC vents.
Yeah.
Nope. I shot out the glass from the ceiling and I fired hellfire upon everybody inside.
Yeah, that's a different.
And then as I'm walking past one of the air vents, I hear Price go into my walkie. Boy, that's a good spot to throw gas. Really flush them out. Did you say throw gas? Start, reload, last checkpoint. Okay, here we go. I gotta do this again now. Taking the time just to see what happens. Because I like that shit. I love that shit. This was actually gripping and fun. The story was fucking amazing. So, before I continue on for the next half an hour, you played the campaign too.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on it?
Basically, I did enjoy that they gave people a week to do the campaign, because it gave me an excuse, because if they didn't do that, I probably wouldn't have touched it for maybe a month. So I don't know where to start. I actually think this is a step up from 2019's campaign, because they really took everything to a whole new level of like cinematic action, because there's a lot of crazy shit you do in the campaign.
That was a nice touch.
I especially liked the highway one where you're hanging upside down from a helicopter. That was fun. But
the first time I did that, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, dude. Fucking, I love the urban area missions, because you basically put into cities or towns where there's actual civilians that you can either interact with, or if you shoot, you fail the mission. So it's like you have to be careful with your shots. You have to be careful with your surroundings. You got to know who's civilian, who's not, because some bad guys in some of the missions didn't look all too different from regular civilians. So you had to basically see, oh, is he holding a gun? Shoot him. Or because he probably was wearing regular civilian clothes. And I liked that. And what was I going to say? I had it. Oh, the fucking mission where Soap is injured and he's separated from Ghost. I loved where they incorporated the survival aspect, where you had to find items and you had to craft these things so you can, I don't know, pry open a door or pry open a box, or you pick up chemicals and a rope, you can make a smoke bomb. And
that was that was good.
Right, that was a well put mission, and you had to basically spend all this time avoiding the Shadow Company just so you can find a weapon, preferably a knife. And
real quick before you continue. Okay. Hold on before you continue. Just for those that don't know, Shadow Company, again, spoilers. They were on your team, they betray you, and now they're trying to kill you. And now what he's talking about is at one point Ghost gets separated from Soap, and Soap is trying to find his way back to Ghost, who is huddled up in a church. And you have to go through this plaza without being seen or detected, because even though the mission won't end or fail if you get detected, but you have no weapon and no knife and no hope if you get seen. So don't get seen. Anyway.
Yeah, so basically you just had to progress your way into becoming armed. So you had to literally start with nothing, find a weapon off of like something. There's many ways you can find a weapon. Most common is what I've seen from people is they find it off of a body that Ghost has previously killed. And you basically use that to kill someone, grab their weapon, and you go from there, even if you grab someone's gun, they're probably not going to have any ammo in it, so you have to still work with nothing. And you basically progress until you have a decent amount of weaponry, as well as maybe finding an adrenaline shot, so you are not huddling in, or like how do I put it, stumbling because of your freaking injuries.
Yep, I did like that mechanic though of you found a gun, and this is COD talking about, to where you as soon as you pick up a gun, if it's not at full magazine, it's maybe lost 3 shots, and you essentially have full reserves. So for this mission in particular, they went, no, you're going to have maybe 9 rounds no matter what gun you pick up. So you need to be able to stealth your way through, because there is a way to stealth.
Yeah.
Excuse me. There is a way to stealth your way through the entire mission. It's just fucking hard, because you're gonna have to rely on bottles and smoke bombs as distractions and deterrents. And I'm stupid. I forget that I have them.
I also want to point out that this campaign is actually pretty difficult. Like, the AI deal a lot of damage, and you have like next to no health. I was putting on regular difficulty, and I swear these bots are, God, they killed me so many times, or put me near death a lot. Like, they deal some damage.
Oh yeah.
And some of them are pretty aggressive. One of the
cool things that I want to. Oh yeah, dude. Especially the ones when also they incorporate, hey, so some of the AI are gonna have riot shields, and you have to find a way around them, or some of them have armor, and you have to break the armor first. In which case, you would see the little armor broken blue thing from Warzone. And I'm like, I'm having flashbacks of hearing this damn sound. They put it in the campaign. Oh, it was actually satisfying. Okay, never mind. I take that back. But one of the cool little things that I thought was very well done that they did is during certain missions, and some missions, one of which being with Ghost and Soap, and the other one being the sniper mission with Gaz and Price, you can actually have a little bit of dialogue where you can actually select what you want to say to them.
Oh yeah, the dialogue.
It's not going to give any sort of like. It's not going to give any sort of like spoiler or anything like that. It's just a side where you can have a little bit of yap with whoever. And in which case,
change the mission at all. They're just little dialogue for dialogue.
Yeah, it's just for funzels. And I still remember when I was doing the ghost separated from Soap mission, I was just picking every option to where Soap was kissing Ghost's ass. Does that mean you actually like me? I didn't say that. I said I want to see you alive. So you're saying there's a chance that you might like me? Shut up and get over here. Hey, he likes me.
The banter.
I thought it was absolutely. I thought it was great. It was just a fun little thing that you can do. It has nothing to do with the mission, but now it gives it a little bit more
personality.
Depth, a little not depth, but it gives exactly. It gives it more personality of like you're not just playing a shooter of like, all right, Captain Price says go over there and take out that target. All right, now go over there and shoot that guy. All right, don't take this one out. He's mine. Now I can actually have a conversation with the man as Gaz. I thought it was actually a cool little concept that I wouldn't mind if they incorporated it more in other Call of Duties. It was just some fun little thing to do.
I also would want to point out that I did enjoy that this is not like the traditional, basically over-the-top action Call of Duty campaign where there was a lot of stealth missions in this game, and I really enjoyed that because it definitely was different, like I said, compared to, like, say, for example, World War II. That campaign was a lot of over-the-top action and over-the-top cinematics. And then we'll have, like, maybe 2019. That was pretty over-the-top, too. But this game, it had its over-the-top moments, but it was in between, like, a couple of, like, stealth aspect missions where it's like maybe the first one in Amsterdam where your beginning of it is you are swimming through the docks and you're taking out people stealthily with knives and silencers, preferably knives, because apparently even if you shot, you still would sometimes get seen or heard, which was a nice touch.
Because they would see the body drop. That mission was actually bugged for me because one of the boats it was stuck against one between the dock and one of the big ships, and I'm like, I can't kill. And then there was one guy in the dock, and I'm like, I can't kill the guy in the dock because they're gonna see these two are gonna see him. I can't throw anything or hit anybody in the boat because the other guy's gonna see it. I'm kind of screwed here. I guess I'm gonna have to go live. I'm gonna try to take them out as quietly as possible. This is where I said the mission was bugged. I think I recorded it. If you hopped in at the right angle, you can get inside the two guys that were in the boat. You can get inside their boat, and they still wouldn't see you. And the guy on the dock wouldn't see you either. It was almost like being inside a wall glitch. Because I was at that mission for 20 minutes trying to figure out how can I actually do this stealthily. Because I like to do things stealthily. And I'm like, this is such a cheat way to do it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I didn't care anymore. I just wanted to beat the mission. But I think one of my favorite missions that I thought was so well done because it was long, but it was challenging, but it wasn't too fucking difficult. But it really tested your mettle of how good are you as a controller player. When you're Gaz and you have to push forward in that truck while taking out other trucks by getting out of your truck while avoiding mines because you have to get to your boss who got kidnapped.
And you
the
have
to jump
mission,
on top of your truck, which is so essentially you're in this car, you're starting a Jeep, and you have to systematically drive forward, lean out the car, shoot people, all the while your car is taking damage. People are shooting you, and then if your car gets too banged up, you have to accelerate forward, go to another working vehicle, stand on top of the car, and then jump to another vehicle.
Shades of Warzone.
without getting hit by it. Without getting hit by it and without fucking dying. It was a lot harder than I thought it was for the first couple of tries. Because it's like, okay, I gotta press A. Now I gotta hijack the car. Now I gotta lean out, shoot these guys. They got a gas tank in there. I'll shoot that and explode the actual vehicle as a whole. Oh, wait, shit, this one's taking too much damage. Now I gotta drive forward even further to get to another vehicle just to hijack him. Oh, wait, he's shooting at me too. And he's throwing landmines. Yay.
Yeah.
Fucking landmines. So all in all, the mission was, I'm not going to say stressful, but it was definitely one of those, normally I'll just play like this, leaning back, fuck it, right? This was the first time in a long time during a COD mission where I'm like, all right, these are prime gaming hours. I'm hunched forward, my shoulders are up, I look like a T-Rex, and I'm just like, all right, I'm going to fucking do this shit.
Yeah, I think my favorite
But all in
mission...
all, I had a good time doing it.
My favorite mission would probably be the first mission where you, Soap, Alejandro, and Ghost were going into the town in Mexico, and you're basically investigating the cartel and trying to figure out what is up with them and where they tie into all this. I don't want to get into reasons why, because the reasons hit close to home, but I will say that a lot of stuff that is in that mission, if you are a Hispanic or Mexican that have family in Mexico, you probably have similar stories. If you ever played that mission, you know. And some of those stories are not wholesome. Some of those stories are very dark and not fun. But I don't know. I just like how close to home it hit.
Then, like, to perk things up, I don't know if you caught any of them. I certainly caught a couple, but then I watched the video and I didn't catch nearly as many as I thought it was. But the amount of Easter eggs that were in there making references to past Modern Warfare games was in abundance. From Captain Price when you're hopping over that wall, leaving the jail, and he yells, "We are leaving!"
Yeah.
The dude that interrogates Soap. When you first get out of the elevator, and he goes, "What kind of name is Soap?"
Yeah.
Well, he said it in a Spanish accent, but throwback to Captain Price saying it. So, just some of those like little Easter eggs that were paying homage to the past Call of Duties, because this was them going, "Hey, we've been making Modern Warfare for almost 20 years, and it doesn't seem like that long spread across." What, 5 games now? Because you got COD 4, MW2, MW3, then 2019 and this one.
Yeah.
Because then they made, Ghost and Infinite Warfare, and we're not going to talk about them.
I do like the Ghost mission where everyone is basically wearing Ghost masks, that they gave Ghost his classic outfit. I liked that.
Yep.
When I saw that, I'm like, oh, he's wearing it.
I think that might be one of my few critiques when it comes to the campaign of, like, the mask that they gave Ghost. It just seems so bulky on his face.
I can see that.
It was just, I understand that's his trademark signature is the Ghost mask, but the one that they gave him where it looked like it was actually made out of a human skull. I'm like, dude, I can see you walking a mile away. How do the enemies not see you? What the fuck is this? Other than that, that's just a superficial thing. That was just something wrong with with how one of the characters looks. One little aspect. But ultimately, I thought the campaign was such a good time. It was very satisfying. And again, since they released it a week early, your boy out here, I played the damn thing about. Once I get fed up with multiplayer or when I take a break from multiplayer, I'm gonna start my 4th run through on veteran. Not my 4th run through on veteran, but I'm gonna start my 4th run on the campaign. But now I'm gonna do it on veteran.
What the fuck? You've done it 4 times? Holy shit!
Yeah.
I've only done it once.
Like, the game is long. The game is long, but, like, again, as a guy that loves for campaign-based things, the first run through for me, it took 5 hours because I kept on wanting to restart missions because I wanted to see how everything else played out, or if there was any other options, or if it would give me a different ending, and it didn't. So then the second time the run through was just like, okay, we're just gonna get through this the way I normally would, but I'm not gonna restart anything. It only took me 3 hours. 3 hours on regular.
Yeah.
And then the fourth time, I was like, dare I do this on hardened, or do I just really season myself on normal? So I did normal for the third time, and it was just under 3 hours, like a hair under 3 hours, and that's running no mistakes and not fucking up that soap and ghost mission too much. On the third time, I found a safe in one of the offices that you can unlock. The code is somewhere in the room that you're in. I didn't know it, but you know who does? Google. Found a video of what that safe's number is. Unlocked it, and in there was just a silenced deagle with a red dot. Why not? I spent so much time looking for a pistol that I stabbed a dude in the neck and then stole some dead guy's shotgun just for them to give me a deeg in the safe. I'm like, I committed murder for these two, and they're just going to give me this one for free? I'll take it.
Payment
Fuck this
by
pistol.
blood.
I grabbed the deagle. Dude, I was just like, fuck this pistol. Grabbed the deagle, saw some dude come up the staircase that I was about to go down, plugged him, and I'm like, oh, this game just got interesting. Picked the piss gun. I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna one-man army all of Shadow Squad, whatever they're called. I forgot the name already. Shadow Squad,
Shadow Gang."
But just went toe to toe with them, and again, each time with this game, it was still fun to play. The one thing when it comes to a lot of campaigns, whether it be COD or any campaign-based game, the replay factor just might not be there. With this, I had fun every single time. So ultimately, I give the big check mark of approval on this campaign. I thought it was very well done, from the Easter eggs to the voice acting, the graphics, the gameplay, some new mechanics that they didn't introduce before. It all like blended together to make this one cohesive game that was the same COD but different. And so I approve of it. Your thoughts?
No, I think my thoughts are the same. I really did enjoy it, and it's definitely a step up from the last two, and definitely a step up from Modern Warfare 2019. So, yeah, I give it a thumbs up. I did enjoy it, and I probably would play it again in the future. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe a veteran run.
Depending. Understandable. Actually, that makes me think maybe I shouldn't do a veteran run if I haven't even done hardened yet. I should probably run hardened and then I'll do veteran. That's going to be the one where I'm going to be like, all right, before I throw this controller at my own head.
All right.
I think
Send this off.
Oh, it's time to go?
Yeah, we gotta go.
All right, well, hold on. Let me rewrite that last statement. Before I throw this controller.
Don't get twisted.
Oh, yeah, I know. Before I throw this controller at my own head. It's outro time! Yeah!
It's the dramatic.
It is outro time. The greatest time of the evening. Not really, because I really do love sitting here again to talk with Brandon or whoever else is here about whatever our hearts desire in this day. And on this day, we just want to talk about some COD, because we like COD. And we hope you guys are going to enjoy listening to us talk about COD. Again, spoiler warning. Well, the warning's gone now because it's the end of the video, but there were spoilers, and please, if you managed to make it this far and you didn't care, awesome. Heck yeah. If you still had a problem with us spoiling the campaign, tough nuts. I don't know what you want me to tell you. But tonight has been fun. I can't wait for us to do it again. I honestly can't wait to play some more Call of Duty, because again, I'm having so much fun with it right now.
Yeah.
And I have some hope for it. I don't want that hope to be wasted, granted. But other than that, you've been Brandon.
Yep. Oh, final thoughts though, real fast. I also want to point out that this is just our first impressions. We'll probably be talking about this again in the future when the actual full game comes out, because at this point in time, there's a lot missing, and it's not technically full released with everything that's not in the game right now. So whenever the full game comes out and we spend more time on it, we might come again and actually give a definitive thoughts and opinions on the game. But as a first impressions, not bad.
That's a fancy way of saying get ready for a Tavern talk where we just bitch and rant.
And it's fine.
I can't wait for it.
Nah, man. I think if they were,
I'm saving up for it.
I'm just saying. In the future, definitely another one coming in the works. But it's been fun. That's all from on my end.
All right. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I just got a phone call from my mother. She wanted me to let you guys know that down below, there's some buttons in the comment section, and you should do whatever the hell you want with them. And on that note, as been said, he's been a dragon, I've been a raccoon, and you've been beautiful. And we will see you in the next one.